Hey, peace world. My man Sean, what's up, Pringle? Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing playing another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Please consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to weigh in on any of this stuff, I would love to hear your opinion on it. You know, mine doesn't carry all the weight in the world. I do want to take a quick second to invite you over to the It's Always Personal podcast. I've been doing a lot of cooking over there lately. Again, that's the It's Always Personal podcast. You can find it on Apple, Google, Spotify, and as well as anchor.com. It's not really sports related, but like I said, that's where I'm over there sharing a lot of my opinions on various topics. This whole Ben Simmons thing. And I was just checking out Colin Cowherd, trying to see what he was talking about on it. I haven't been keeping up with the day-to-day thing on the day-to-day developments on this situation. But I think what I just didn't understand, and it was some boxing. It was boxing like when I first started hearing Ben Simmons. The first thing that I heard in the offseason was the 76ers need to do enough to make me, to raise my, what did he say? They need to make me look good. They need to increase my trade value. And I'm like, man, if that ain't some Clarissa Shields stuff, like, you don't understand how this works, do you, young man? What I didn't understand about this whole situation, which seemed to like start the place where the rift started between player and team, immediately after the playoff loss, when the Sixers were put out of the playoffs, there was the audio of Coach Doc Rivers saying he didn't know if Ben Simmons could be the point guard of a championship winning team. He was just like, I don't know right now. That's what I heard him say. Maybe it was worded a little differently. That's not it verbatim. I'm paraphrasing. But they asked him the question, and he said, I don't know right now. And then Embiid, you know, the second pillar of this team, the way that they have it, the way that they've built it, Joel Embiid said something basically expressing his disappointment in, you know, whatever happened. And maybe he put some blame squarely on Ben. He said the dude didn't want to take the dunk or get the layup and didn't want to shoot the ball. I say all this to say, I felt like two individuals are like 10 or 15 minutes after experiencing firsthand something that we've never seen before, something unprecedented in NBA playoff history, where a player gets the yips basically and does not want to compete. Now, last week or a week and a half, within the last 2 weeks, we found out that there are some details out there that suggest that Ben Simmons didn't even want to play in the game. The brother went to go see the masseuse or something. Shout out to Deshaun Watson. And because the masseuse, something with the COVID, and he thought it was a way, he thought it was going to be a way for him to get like temporarily shut down and be able to not play. The story's out there. Go check into it. Again, I don't really care about Ben Simmons a whole lot for this reason. He has one of the best jobs in the world. He has the physical attributes to be one of the best at his job in the world. And the man has seemingly not wanted to do anything to maximize those physical attributes, being 6'10", being able to handle the ball, decent quickness, range, size advantage, can play 4 or 5 different positions. Everything is in, you know, the whole world is his. And the guy just really hasn't, Stephen A came out and let everybody know, you know, he had it on good authority that Ben Simmons is not in the gym. He doesn't get in the gym. He doesn't work on his game, yada, 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 so on and so forth. So I'm just sitting here, like I said, I don't understand how he can be that pissed off at his head coach and the guy who was supposed to be his running mate and bringing this team, this unit, a championship. What else were they supposed to say in that particular minute, in that moment? How about taking some ownership getting together as a trio, maybe bringing the front office cat Daryl Morey in. I can't think of what movie that. Maybe it was Bishop. Maybe it was Bishop and Juice, and just saying, "Hey, last year, man, I was on some bullshit. You know, I was tripping, right?" And then go see how you can put this thing back together and resume the next phase of the process that we were told, you know, trust the process or whatever. But, you know, he went out, I guess, went out to the West Coast and tried to stay hidden. Then Rich Paul tried to work some magic. And they basically thought that they were going to be able to break up the relationship and he get traded. And it comes out that he really just didn't have any, he wasn't interested in coming back to Philadelphia and playing in front of that crowd and just returning to where it all fell apart for him. And again, bro, we talking about being a professional. You getting paid damn good money, great money, to be the number one or number 1B or number 2 guy there in Philadelphia. But we just can't reset it. We can't hold a press conference and say we talked through all this stuff. Us moving together, us moving forward together is the best option in this situation for everybody. And, you know, the brother's going to get with our skills department, our player personnel people. He's working on his game. And, you know, maybe we got some, you want to bring in the mental health thing. Hey, we hooking him up with the sports psychiatrist and whatnot. We're going to, it's the city of brotherly love. Like, we're going to hug this shit out, revamp my man's game a little bit, and figure out a way for us to move forward as a unit. Yesterday, according to what Cowherd just talked about, the front office guy, Daryl Morey, went on radio and he went on the radio in Philadelphia and said, we're digging in. He was like, I don't care if this plays out for 4 years. We're not doing nothing. We either get the value that we want for this guy, or he comes to play, or he doesn't play. And you heard last week they got an escrow account where they put millions of dollars into it, and as the fines accumulate, they will withdraw, you know, the fines from the. It's all messed up. Just like, bro, can y'all get together? Doc had to send him home from practice. I can't believe that this is this messy. So I like what Daryl Morey is doing, though. I like the strategy. As Cowherd was just pointing out, you know, the team was the #1 seeded team last year. They brought in Drummond. They probably don't drop off terribly being over in the East. You make the most of it, and you get what you want for this guy, or he comes in. I think that's what it comes down to. But just looking at, before I get ready to get off here, just looking at Ben Simmons alone, you know, he still seems like the problem in this whole equation that, like I said, you're getting, I don't know if it's $25 to $32 million a year, whatever it is. I think he has like a $217 million, guaranteed contract, 4 or 5 years. And his brother just basically disappeared in the biggest game of the season and doesn't feel like he's to blame for whatever. You need to increase my trade value. You need to fix this. Just know that's the kind of self-awareness we're dealing with nowadays, though. You know, you just burn shit up, blow shit up, and then people just walk away and it's someone else's problem to fix. So I like what they're doing. You know, they got to figure it out, and you know, with the roster that they have to figure it out. But, you know, now you don't have this guy who's you can't really afford to play. And that's the thing, you know, for looking at Ben Simmons, when you don't want to shoot in the regular season, during the regular season on the nightly schedule and whatnot, you're probably not going to get the attention to detail from the opposing teams to figure out how to make life miserable for your team, for your team. But when you get into the postseason, the stakes are raised, and staffs and head coaches have a chance to sit there and implement certain strategies to beat the other team and zero in on that opponent to put them away, it's very easy to go in here to this hack-a-shack type stuff and just totally take this guy out of the ball game. And now that we know he doesn't even want to go to the free throw line whatsoever, he doesn't even want to be on the court, well, it says everything. So, I don't know, not wanting to go back to Philadelphia doesn't seem to be the problem. Like, how do you go back and play basketball ever again? Because it's not going to get any easier for you, especially if you're on a team going into the postseason and whatnot. So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. This is another prime example of kind of what's been my problem. One of my problems, my biggest pet peeves with the NBA is how does coaching, what is the true impact of coaching? Can they do anything with these guys to get them to actually do what they need them to do for the success of the team? Or is this dude over here, is the guy over on the sidelines just really managing the rotations and calling the timeouts and whatnot? But, can you develop players? If a player just doesn't take it upon himself to get better and to add new wrinkles to his game and update his skills, and those things are readily available to these players. That's what's so, that's what's more incriminating about Ben Simmons is you have all of these different guys out here. You got this @lethal shooter cat on Instagram who works with players on shooting. Steve Nash had his whole skills academy thing going on. There are other businesses in the NBA where they send out, guys to these teams and they put these guys through dribbling drills, cardio stuff, whatever you're trying to do is there for you. So for this man to be getting the money that he is getting and not want to invest in himself in that manner and just think, well, I'm sick. It just speaks to the entitlement of the dude that I sensed years ago when I watched the Showtime special about him coming into the league. To me, he's just not a guy that I can really rock with as an athlete. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Looks like, they're in for a standstill. Who wants to blink first? Let me get on off here, man. Enjoy the rest of your week, or the start to your weekend is Friday. Again, check me out on It's Always Personal, available everywhere that you would download, stream, or listen to podcasts, especially Spotify. I'm out, man. Like I said, you don't have to be great to start, but you had to start to be great. Peace. Oh, the Dodgers. Are you watching these games? No, you're not, because they're on at 3 in the morning. But, hey, down 3-2 now to the Atlanta Braves, a rematch of last year's NLCS. Today is a travel day for them, but over this weekend, I got to check out this Game 6 between those two clubs. Phenomenal game last night from Chris Taylor, 3 home runs. They just had the game, Game 3, was it? They come down, they come back from like 8-2 with only an inning or 2 to go. Phenomenal stuff. So I know we don't rock with baseball. I'm sitting here with this Tigers cap, but what a game. What a game last night. Let me get out of here. Peace.